Oh, that's my problem.
Bonjour, oui, je suis français comme vin de baguette. Mignon Pierre et son putain de omelette de ratatouille magique chat Bugatti merde accordéon.
Guys, vote for a t-shirt color, come on. Not enough time. It's almost done. Well, you done fucked up. Alright. Choose outcome. Well, too fucking bad. We're gonna start doing these every stream. Hopefully I won't forget. Yeah, it's always either black or white, guys. I don't have any other t-shirts. Also, it's never going to be like, I'm not a liar, right? It's not going to be like black or white and I'm going to be in like a green one. It's not going to happen, guys. I have integrity. All right? Okay. Right. Baby, I can make it rich, don't you wonder? Rolling on my bench, let's see the sunset. Go drip, yeah. Go chain, fuck it like that. Slow drip, oh shit. Okay. Like all right. Okay, all right. All right. So, okay, give me a second. All right. Okay, so, okay, all right, so okay. All right. I was just catching up on the news, boys. All right. Okay, dude. Let's go, boys. We got them news, TikToks, fucking posts, explosions. TikTok warriors. Sad pictures. Fun pictures. Hilarious pictures. Okay. Some pictures that a couple of times even posted. Jesus fucking Christ. That's all the news. Look at them. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, guys. All right. Guys, the Russian Volunteer Corps, okay, and the Legion Freedom of Russia, right, announced new attacks on the territory of Russian Federation. The governor of the Belgorod region reported on the heavy shelling of Shmankino-Shebekino. The fuck is this shit even? Shmikivo-Pikipika. Propagandists report a tank battle on the border, an attempt by saboteurs to break through. Local residents are surprised that a primordially Russian territory cannot be protected. Primordially. Alright, let's take a look.
Ну что ж, друзья,
Okay,
бойцы
friends.
русского добровольческого корпуса снова ведут бои на территории Российской
RDK
Федерации.
are
Совсем
again
скоро
on Russia
покажется окраина
soil.
Шебекина. К сожалению,
Soon we're gonna see Shebekino borders.
мы не можем обеспечить эвакуацию мирных жителей
Unfortunately, we can't organize the evacuation of civilians
из приграничных районов, потому что армия Российской Федерации обстреливает эти районы,
Because the
и
Russian
таким
army
образом затрудняет эвакуацию.
is shelling these territories and not allowing the
Находитесь в
evacuation.
домах, не волнуйтесь.
Stay
Бойцы
at
русского
home.
добровольческого корпуса не воюют с мирными.
Stay at your home and don't worry, we don't fight peaceful civilians. Damn, son.
Мы, Легион Свободы России, сейчас находимся возле границы нашей Родины.
Says we're Freedom Russia Legion.
Очень скоро мы выдвинемся вновь
Soon.
на территорию России,
Soon we're going to cross the border
чтобы принести свободу, мир и спокойствие.
to bring peace.
Грайворов —
Freedom
это только
and
начало. Вследствие трусливости
wholeness.
путинских военных шакалов нам досталось много трофеев.
We have a lot of trophies due to Putin lapdogs being pussies and leaving it.
Благодаря этому мы
Thanks to
сможем
that,
больше вооружить наших
We
соратников.
will be able to weaponize more of our dudes.
Мы идем освобождать всю Россию, от Белгорода до Владивостока.
We're going to go and free the whole Russia from Belgrade to Vladivostok.
Для этого, чтобы
that.
в Москве был поднят бело-синий-белый флаг свободы. Мы,
So that in Moscow it's going to be a white, blue, white flag. Flag of freedom. Raised over Red Square. There's some piece of shit burning in Russia. There's some piece of shit degenerate Russian bitch. Says, hello. I don't know who watches me.
Кто как вас примет,
How you will take this
кто-то
video.
будет глумиться, наверное.
Somebody's gonna laugh. Yeah, we will.
Кто-то сочувствовать,
Somebody sympathize.
не знаю. В общем, мой
Anyway.
родной город,
My
город Шебекино.
my home city, Shebekino city,
Сегодня разбомбили вооруженные силы Украины.
today was bombed by Ukrainian armed forces.
Город
The city
очень сильно разбомблен. Мы
is
выехали
bombed completely.
буквально
We-
с несколькими пакетами.
Left with a couple of packages,
Вот. И такая ситуация, наверное, у многих жителей.
and this situation is probably a lot of civilians have such a situation too.
И
And
честно, я не знаю, что сказать.
I don't know what
Просто
to say.
Вы должны знать, что наш
You need to
исконно
know
российский город на
That our primordial Russian city
территории Российской
on the
Федерации
territory of Russia
разбомбили вооруженные
was
силы
bombed
Украины.
by Ukrainian armed forces. Oh, you care about that? Oh, you don't care about our cities being bombed. Oh,
Сегодня ночью.
during the night. Fuck off. Fuck off, bitch. Bomb you too. NATO reinforcements of 700 troops have invaded Shebekino. Alliance Secretary General. NATO reinforcements of 700 troops have advanced to Kosovo. Says Stoltenberg, quote, 700 NATO troops have already moved into Kosovo to support our forces. However, this does not mean a rejection of a peaceful settlement. NATO fully supports the negotiations under the auspices of the EU. Bruh. Look, he looks so evil. Fuck them Serbs, dude. Nobody cares. Okay? Get him. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky is going to participate in the European Political Summit today in Bulboaka in Moldova. Sorry. Hello, buddy. Hello there, sir. Bro, the fuck, am I a child? I just spilled all my water. Dude, I just spilled like, holy shit. Bro, I spilled like half the fucking cup on this shit. Holy fuck, how is this real? It's okay, it's just wet, you know? It's alright. Wet t-shirt contest, boys! That was weird. I don't know how that happened. Oh yeah, how was the debate? It was too late, so I went to sleep, but how was it? Okay, we'll take a look at that. It was horrible, I missed nothing. Yeah. That's what I thought. Debating crazies is just boring as fuck. They're just regurgitating same shit and they refuse to listen to you. Anyway, more videos from Belgorod. Knock knock, who's there? Okay, so Shebekina, they're saying this is a police building is on fire? Maybe it's, I don't know, whatever. Okay, wankers are leaving Bakhmut. Apparently there's a video about that. Are you from Bakhmut? Yeah. How many people are there?
Сколько из ваших там осталось?
How many people are still left in Bakhmut? About 12 people from our squad.
Ну ясно. То есть мы сегодня основная часть выйдет, да?
So basically, most of the people are gonna leave today,
А остальные до 5 числа, как и
and the other guys are gonna leave by the 5th.
полагали, да? Ну вот, все, теперь здесь размещаемся.
Okay, we base ourselves
У
here.
нас уже быть не должно.
We shouldn't be in Bakhmut anymore.
Поэтому будем здесь дальше
we're gonna be
доготавливаться,
here.
отдыхать и все остальное.
I assume he's looking off camera. There's like caskets for them prepared or what?
Ну ладно, все, давайте ставим.
All right, boys, shoot him.
Добро пожаловать, да? В тыловую зону.
Wow. One-way trips. This is how they look like, boys.
Работа есть, тёлка есть, а потом раз и пиздец, потом раз и пиздец, все ходят и говорят, не унывай, мол, ты чё, работа есть, бабки есть, нормально, вроде
Damn. They partied like it was their last time, huh? Mission accomplished, boys. YOLO! Oh, and here's the receipts. Nice. Эскадрон. Belgorod People Republic is panicking, even though strong Russian military men are there, coming there to liberate them, to help them out. Hello. The city is being evacuated. Mass artillery Shelling is going on.
И пока что держится.
The guys are still holding on,
Непонятно.
but it's unclear
Удержаться не получится.
if they're gonna succeed or not.
Кто видит,
Everyone who sees, repost,
показывайте, что
show
это
that
Шемякина.
this Shebekina,
Идут бои.
and there's fighting going on here.
Пускай, говорящие головы
My dad looked very different, by the way.
узнают.
And talking heads should know
Здесь не просто какая-нибудь херь.
that it's not some bullshit. I don't even know what the fuck he said all this time. Anyway, here's people just posting in Shebekina. Please help me to get out. Please help me to get out. Call this number. Get out. I want to get out. Please help me to evacuate. Blah, blah, blah. Funny. This is not funny. So apparently, there was a soldier among armed forces of Ukraine who was providing information for Russians, and he got got. Says you're suspected in high treason. You understand everything? Yeah. Get him the fuck out, dude. Little fucker. Life in prison, by the way. Get fucked. Russian Volunteer Corps says that... Oh, what happened? Oh, fuck. What happened? Ah! Oh, I clicked something. Are we okay? Are we live? It's okay. We're live. Jesus. You're getting hacked right now. 10 kills on the board right now. All right. This was the level of the debate yesterday. Jesus, this Hinkle fucking moron. Jackson Hinkle, after the fall of the Soviet Union, directly after the CIA protected Bandera. Wait, he actually said that?
Of the Soviet Union directly after CIA protected Bandera, hid him, and encouraged him to pursue his bloody, violent clashes against Soviet officials.
No, he don't believe that. He don't believe that at all.
After the fall of the Soviet Union, directly after, CIA protected Bandera and encouraged him to pursue his blood.
Bro, why do they even... This is such a dumb lie. It's so fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. Why would you even say that? What a fucking cumfuck, actually. Oh, people appealing to history, having zero knowledge about it. Sounds like Russian apologists. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, we covered the building of the Ministry of Internal Affairs in Shebekino with grads, where the Rushists gathered, says Russian Volunteer Corps. Awesome. Oh, what is this? Is this Crimean Bridge? Uh-oh. What happened? Uh-oh. He wouldn't have a point, because to have a point, you have to speak the truth. Even if his dates were correct, it's still not a point.
Our president said already that we spoke about our bilateral relations, about, I think, some infrastructure, very principal priority projects, and we will sign in the closest future It's and I think what is very important, our future in EU, and Ukraine is ready to be in NATO. We are waiting when NATO will be ready to host and to see and to have Ukraine. And I think security guarantees are very important, not only for Ukraine, for our neighbors, for Moldova, because of.
Well, we fucking know. Damn. Alright, what is this? Legion Freedom Russia destroyed with artillery in Belgrade region, Kamaz with ammunition and self-propelled mortar Tulip. Oh shit, there it goes. Man, everything's just fucking green as fuck, holy shit. And people are like leaving and shit. What is this? The fucking what is this bootleg shit? The fucking thing was too small for the plate. The gays beginning of Pride Month we celebrate by Belgrade getting pounded. Hell yeah, dude. Here it is. City administration building on fire. What's up, Aluma? This is a sad, this is a very sad picture. So, during this night there was a missile strike on Kiev, and there was a situation where a bunker that was supposed to be open was not open and people died. There's a grandfather and his murdered 9-year-old niece that died today in Kiev. There's a picture of that. Do they know why it wasn't open? They're investigating it now. There's going to be a lot of heads rolling. All right, Russian Volunteer Corps. It's fucking Russians. Beautiful. They deserve everything that's coming. What's up, man? So this is where it is. This is Kharkiv. This is Shebekino. This is the border. So here's Belgrade. All right. The right hand of Kadyrov, Deli Makhanov, started talking shit about Prigozhin. Don't. I saw in Telegram channel video from Prigozhin. He says he doesn't understand what Akhmat is doing, doesn't understand what our objectives are. Of course, Eugen, you don't understand, and you're not supposed to understand. It's so funny when we all know what they're doing, right? But he's like pretending that they're so fucking high up that you're... Akhmat, as always, performs tasks that are provided by the chief in arms in chief. If you don't understand what we're doing, you can call us anytime and we'll explain to you face to face. Oh, these fucking losers are just like, what? What did you say? What did you say? The fuck did you say? You wanna talk? You wanna go? You wanna go? You wanna go? Bro. Absolute fucking cocks. Anyway. So this is the video, we saw this video. A military guy in our military got suspected of high treason. And this is, these are the messages that he was basically sending. It says, about 15 kilometers away from us is anti-air, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, leaking. Piece of fucking shit. This is, I like this thing that they wrote here. So this is Kremlin, whatever, RIA News Kremlin side. It says Putin constantly receives news about the situation in Shebekino and about the help that they're receiving. It says here, Putin is notified of the shelling of Shebekino. It's alright, you can shell further. You can continue shelling. He's unnotified, bro. True. Anyway, there's apparently a UAV landed on the territory of Russia. It was a big explosion. You know? No sleep, guys. Come on, wake up. Wake the fuck up. These guys in Belgorod region, chillin'. Russian Volunteer Corps. Nice volunteers. Let's go. Shebekino. By the way, Ministry of Defense of Russia already says that all saboteurs, all attackers were pushed away. And they killed more than 30 Ukrainian terrorists. Wow. Sure. Oh, fuck. I clicked the thing. These guys should be grateful to us. Finally, Russia will spend some money to restore these fucking ancient 500-year-old buildings, bro. Maybe. Probably not, but who knows, man. Maybe they'll actually, like, you know, fix it or something. Wow. Probably not, though. Yeah, let's be real. Okay, so these degenerates are basically now posting that they will help with housing people. These are like people that are trying to PR. Simonyan said something like that, shit like that. It was fucking funny. Російською в мене в чаті не можна розмовляти. Ти паскуда, блядь, тварі, кацап єбаний, блядь. All right. Okay, Legion Freedom of Russia said that they destroyed a column of Russian Grad MLRS systems. A whole column. Та ти можеш нахуй піти, блядь, і сестру свою трахнути, ти, блядь, уйобіще єбане, блядь. Doesn't look like a whole column, but who the fuck knows, right? It's on fire, alright. Alright. There was a missile strike in Kharkiv. 2 explosions were in the industrial section of the city. Aluma got out in time. Alright, the Kadyrovites are waving dicks in front of Prigozhin's bald head. What's happening here?
Когда, в какое время, каких войнах все это хватало. Но это не значит, что...
In every war, this was happening, but it does not mean
воин должен
that
об
a
этом там
warrior should
кричать там, у меня это не
yell
хватает,
about
у
it.
меня
I don't
другого
have this, I don't have that.
не хватает.
Kadyrovites didn't yell about any shortages of anything because they weren't fighting. Maybe they needed more data on their mobile plans, you know, to film more TikToks.
Вот и твоих там заявлениях ты
So your statements
да,
there,
вот, намекаешь там на
you're
кого-то
saying
надо
that
там расстрелять там
some people should be shot,
третье, десятое, Дион. Так я
this
вот
and
скажу
that.
тебе, Дион, вот за такие
I'll tell you, Don. He also says Don, bruh.
заявления даже, не ежедневные, Дион, а вот за такое одно заявление
For one of these statements
во Вторую мировую войну
in Second World War,
сразу поставили стенки, Дион.
people... He says, dude, look at this fucking clown. He says, Prigozhin saying that people should be shot. You know, for saying like that, you should be shot. Dude, you can't make this shit up. What a fucking... I'm speechless, bro. Alright. Ukraine has fulfilled one more condition for joining EU, guys. We're getting closer. Supreme Council of Justice has appointed all 16 members of the main qualification commission, which will conduct the examination of candidates for the post of judges. The commission did not work for 3 years. Well, we'll see. This was a cool video, guys. Svenska! Helvete! That was cool. Let's go. What's this now?
There's no...
Who is this? There's no toilets?
Running water. There's no sewage system. That means that you take a crap in a hole in the back, and his neighbors are there. This is this is in 2023, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have gas. There's a gas.
Russians don't have gas.
Gas line 500 meters away. You could tap into that and deliver gas to the homes. You can't do that. There's no canalization, which means there's no water coming to the homes. You can't flush a toilet. And yet here's the thing. Does that define Russia? Am I going to focus on that and say, aha?
Is he a Russian apologist or something? Am I going to look at this country and it being super shit? Am I going to take that into account at all? Okay, that's funny though. A big explosion! In Belgorod. Guys, Belgorod is getting old, okay? The explosions that are happening every day. We want something new. Let's go, dude. Something else, something new. Oh! Look at that. BFFs. Man, UK is fucking, really fucking based, dude. They're probably the biggest Russophobes after us. Fucking based. Maybe after us in Poland. I'll visit. After all this over, I'll definitely visit UK. I'll do something like, I'll visit something where you can pay respects, and I'll pay respects. Well, it's true. It's true. I agree with you that Baltic states are super Russophobic, but like UK is like opening the floodgates. You know, it's like here's the thing. They're fucking fantastic. They're helping us a ton. But when you're a country that kind of opens the floodgates for a new type of weaponry every time, you kind of take a bigger risk, so to say. We all know that there's no risk. Fuck Russia. But you know what I mean, right? You need a camera for broadcasting? Broadcasting what, my guy? And that dude is a unit, holy shit. All right. You know what that means. Serbs are gonna turn very quickly. Nice.
Сказав би так, може бути нокаут. Дякую.
Okay, Zelensky say there may be a knockout on the tragedy with the closed shelters in Kiev. For us, Russia apparently is not enough. As you can see, we have enemies inside the country too. Interesting. Interesting. Ой, та що ти починаєш? Ти якісь погрози їм робиш союзникам, які нам допомагають? Ну ти безглуздо, ну ти зовсім глузду немає, чи що? Okay, some dumbass bitch in our country says that let's hear what she says, you know? I don't want to put words in her mouth.
Сегодня мучает один вопрос.
Today I'm thinking about one question.
Грёбаный патриот.
Can this fucking patriot
забрать куда-нибудь на неделю?
Be taken somewhere else for a week?
Примерно Западную Украину.
Somewhere to the West Ukraine. Nothing personal. I just want to sleep.
Немножко они, поэтому как-то расслабленно себя чувствуют, даже комендантского часа. А мы поспим.
А, Раша буде. А, ДНР. Боже, я вже прочитав БНР. Знаєш, я, блядь, уже, сука, про це Білгород, блядь. Зрозумів. Ну да, звісно. Damn, fucking dumbass hoe, bruh. Why do they even... Dude, can you imagine? Can you just imagine the life she had where she had a fucking degenerate thought like that and she didn't even think twice about posting this shit online? Bitches like this, I don't know what kind of fucking life she had, but I really doubt that she has a lot of people in her life that tell her to shut the fuck up, dude. Fucking Christ, bruh. Alright, what's happening here? Polish Interior Minister Mariusz Kamiński handed over equipment for the police to Moldova. Independent and sovereign Moldova resisting attempts at internal destabilization needs our support. True! Is why I decided to transfer the transport, 2 Hercules and 4 CAS, weapons, ammunition, and equipment from the services subordinate to the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the Administration of Moldovan Police. You know what? I think in Ukraine there's a lot of people that fight in our military that are actually citizens not only of Russia but of Moldova too. I think they should form volunteer corps and go liberate their own country, you know? Let's go! What's this now? In the east, a Russian Panzer SAM system fails to intercept an incoming Ukraine FPV loitering munition. Uh-oh! Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. That was fucking loud, holy shit. Right. When the fighting is already on the territory of Russia, but the Supreme Commander has more important things to do.
А с чем чай будем пить?
What are we going to have tea with? Tea with what?
Ну, с сыром домашним, со сметаной
With some cheese and sour cream?
домашней своей.
А вы сами делаете?
Who drinks tea with cheese and sour cream? What?
Сыр, да?
You do your own, you make your own cheese?
Да, мы хозяйство есть, хозяйство держим.
Bro, can you imagine one of these fucking dudes get fucking hit by a missile right live, dude? That'd be so funny, bro.
Занимаемся, дети помогают тоже в хозяйстве.
We're making it ourselves and everyone's
Это
helping.
очень здорово. Это очень хорошо,
That's
когда
great.
дети имеют возможность общаться с животными.
When children have opportunity to talk to animals,
Это отлично просто.
this is great.
И им в этом смысле,
Fantastic.
безусловно, повезло.
They're very lucky. I mean, they're talking to an animal right now. Anyway, meanwhile, Belgorod. Do. What do you drink tea with? Cheese and smetana? Oh, more people from Shebekino making videos.
Июня сзади меня
1st of June.
наш город Шебекино,
Behind me is Shebekino,
который горит.
which is on fire. Well, I don't see it being on fire, but
Весь в огне, там до сих пор идут бои.
it's all on fire. Fighting going on everywhere.
Мы из города выехали.
We left the city.
Слава богу, успели вчера вечером.
Thank God we had time to do.
Ребенка увезли. Вот. Город сейчас...
We got a child out. The city
идет наступление ВСУ.
is. They all say it's AFU. The city is being advanced on by AFU.
Наших там очень мало.
We don't have our soldiers there.
Предыдущие дни, сколько нас
Previous
обстреливали,
days we were
практически
shelled.
ответки не было. Военных
We never had a response.
никого не было.
There was no
Мы
military.
предоставлены сами себе.
We're
Дошло это
just
до того,
on our
что
own.
сегодня ночью люди сами все бежали.
People
Вот
were
сейчас
running
многие
this night.
остаются в подвалах.
They're saying
Их
in
не могут
the
эвакуировать.
in
Кого-то
basements
эвакуировали, кто-то до сих пор там сидит под обстрелами.
they can't be
С нами все
evacuated.
хорошо.
We're good. Oh, that's too bad.
Что будет дальше, пока не знаем.
What's gonna be next? We don't know. I know.
Мы далеко не уехали, только ребенка муж увез.
We didn't go too far.
Потому что куда мы уедем от нашего цеха, от нашего
Where
производства?
are we gonna leave from our factory? Factory? Go fuck yourself, dumb hoe. Russia, we want to live just like you. Dear Ministry of Defense, we were not against special military operation. Please start defending us. We want to live. What? The key phrase, we were not against the special military operation. Before 24th, you were living peacefully. Maybe it's connected. Apparently it needs to happen like this. Let them protect cities of Donbass. Why are we here? They allowed this. Let them defend. SOS. Please help me out. Can I receive a refugee status if I'm running away from the war to Germany from Russia? We're from Belgorod region, Shebekino. Living here is impossible. Oh, really? Oh. That's interesting. Biden falling? Bro, he's old. What do you do? What are you gonna do about it? The thing is, Trump knows he's old and fat, but Biden likes to be like sporty and jog a little bit and ride bicycle. He tries to look younger, but it kind of doesn't work out sometimes. But yeah, like, listen, for a dude his age, he's pretty, you know? Yellow Teeth Homeo released another thing? What's up?
It's near.
All right. Man, it's not that hard to whiten your teeth. I don't know why he wouldn't just do it. Anyway. More footage from Belgrade. Smoke. The guy is just chilling. More smoke. More smoke. I'm 53 and not so fit as Biden. Fit my dick in your mom. I don't know. She's too young for me anyway. All right. In Poland, they began to change road signs in connection with the renaming of Kaliningrad to Krulowitz. Right? Man, Russians are gonna be fuming after they. They're probably gonna ignore this because they have this to be fuming about. But yeah. So things like that are not, you know. They're not talking about him. Or maybe propaganda is gonna tell him, don't talk about this, talk about this. So they will mold anyway. Dude, this just reminds me of that fucking movie. What is it like? I am the third revelation. And there will be blood. Is that what it's called? I abandoned my son. I abandoned my child. I abandoned my boy. There was a scene like this there. But this is in Russia. In where? A hard day for a worker in an oil field in the Khanty-Mansiysk district of Russian Federation. Romanian President Klaus Iohannis signed a declaration with Volodymyr Zelensky about support from Romania for Ukraine Euro-Atlantic integration. Yes! Basically, Romania signed documentation in support of our NATO membership. Poggers. Okay, so apparently, I don't know what this is about, but it says, Girkin fell for a clumsy fake and hysteria. Somebody tell an angry patron that's not everything written in low-grade Z channels is to be believed. It's like fake quotes of great people from Odnoklasniki. Unfortunately, Sandu hasn't said anything like that yet. Okay, what is he saying? One more step towards liquidation of Transnistria. It seems like very soon. Maya Sandu, quote, apparently it's fake, Moldova is happy to provide their territory for AFU to do military activity. I wish. President of Moldova, Maya Sandu, said that if it's necessary, the Republic is going to provide their territory to help the army of Ukraine. Russia never understood, Russia never treated our country seriously. We were some post-Soviet republic for them, where they could put army and even warehouse with weaponry. If Ukrainian army is going to need this, if Ukrainian army will need this, we are ready to provide them a right to enter our territory to take care of the warehouses and the military. It's a allied gesture. I wish you said that. That sounds pretty based. First time I hear Russian propaganda and I wish it was true. Dude, let's go. Maya Sandu gave free corridor for Ukraine to get into Transnistria if they want. That's not true. a publication that I believe more than Girkin says that it's fake. So she didn't say anything like that. All right. Government services offers Russians to enjoy patriotic poetry. Download a free book, Poesia of Russian Summer. It's about Donbass. Wow, for free? Oh, what's up? Joner, what's up, my man? Haven't seen you in a long time in chat. He's from UK, guys. Probably donated some weaponry himself to Ukraine. Zelensky military action in Transnistria impossible without Moldova's consent. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has ruled out military action in Moldova, Russia-controlled region of Transnistria without Chisinau consent. Give us consent. Russian political life cycle. Autocracy, war they cannot win, coup, revolution, things get a little more stable, imperial ambitions, autocracy, decolonize, break the cycle. Apparently, I started watching that historian guy that you recommended, and he says that it's not true. There's no cycles in history. It's all bullshit. Та при чому тут боєприпаси? Просто русаків трахнути потрібно, тут все. От що, от в чому тут. Yeah, it can be a very pleasant surprise. Let's go. Let's counterattack in all of the directions. On Belarus, on Russia, in Transnistria, in the east. Let's go, boys. Zelensky commented on the situation with Transnistria.
5+2. Ви бачите результат? Чи будемо ми щось переглядати?
Do you see the result? If we're going to review this, why?
Я не маю сенсу говорити про проект, який не живий.
Why should we talk about the project that is not alive?
Я не маю сенсу про це говорити. Мені здається.
I don't think I need to talk about it. We need to talk about from the position of the strong country, the country a winner, that took back their land. Then we'll talk. That's the first thing. We have joint position with Moldova from the perspective of unity of Moldova, and we're going to work towards that. I don't know if we'll need help of other partners. Perhaps in this situation, maybe Romania and our other partners are going to join. Maybe Moldova would want to connect some other countries, but Ukraine is definitely going to play one of the main roles. Raid Transnistria. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Because we have a border. In regards to people who are there with the troops, if they would want to leave, if they would want to live, they should leave. Pretty based. Ukraine in what sense? Listen, I'm not gonna order them a taxi, okay? They will find a way. A person who wants to live always finds a way to leave. Are you going to capture them? Who? This is Moldovan territory. You forget that.
Давайте наступне запитання.
Why he's smiling? He should be. He needs to have a little bit more positive things. Pentagonus has entered into an agreement with SpaceX to purchase Starlink's terminals for Ukrainicus and ensure the operation, Bloomberg reports. What, Elon Muscovite doesn't want to pay for Starlink anymore? I don't know if you saw this. Freedom of Moldova Legion is ready. True. You still play that fucking game? Jesus. Cringe. Elon Musk never paid for Starlink. That's not true, he did. US getting more Gepard air defense vehicles for Ukraine from Jordan. He was paying for it. You just don't know. Also, that's not how you spell the word paid. Yeah, he was paying in the beginning, yeah. All right. US getting more Gepards air defense vehicles for Ukraine from Jordan. Air Jordan? I just saw a movie about that, by the way. Called Air. It was pretty good. Okay. Pentagon announced the Army deal with Global Military Products of Tampa, Florida, valued at almost $120 million in its daily contracting notice yesterday. Germany has already supplied dozens of these vehicles to Ukrainian armed forces, which have been using them to good effect. Sure he was. Bro, just fucking Google it. Why the fuck are you arguing with me? What a fucking waste of both of our times, bro. Because you know, like, you can never convince me of something if you just type. Give me a fucking link that proves your fucking point from a reputable source and we'll investigate together, okay? SpaceX only exists because of government subsidy. You mean subsidies, not substitutes. I don't know. Maybe? Is that a bad thing? To have a fucking rocket building company that is doing pretty good? What is this? Oh. Well, we'll take a look. Yeah, I read this. That's why we started talking about it. Okay, so due to a closed shelter in one of the districts in Kiev, 3 officials and a security guard of a medical institution were detained. SpaceX is less efficient? Weren't they the... What is your source, man? Jesus, fucking Elon Musk haters just will come up with anything. I would like to see your source for that, okay? At present, a report has been prepared for the 3 detained officials on suspicion of official negligence. That's good. Ukraine will check all available shelters and prepare amendments to the legislation to strengthen criminal liability against those who, through negligence, expose people to mortal danger. What's up, man? Yeah, it's like yeah. It's so stupid. There's so many different things that you can attack Musk for. But SpaceX or Tesla are not one of them. Alright, boys. What do we have here? I had a video just here just now. Okay, give me a second. All right. Moscow residents react to being attacked.
Пам-пам. Вот, по-любому слышали про
Пам-пам. Get fucked.
вчерашнее событие о том, что в один из домов на этой же улице врезался беспилотник. Что думаете на эту тему?
Может, это очень страшно. Может, это очень страшно.
Вы что думаете по этому поводу?
Страшно.
What's that? What's that on your neck? What's that?
Если такое происходит, то в принципе все что угодно может дальше.
You're damn right. Anything can happen. It's a time of opportunities.
Первая реакция, наверное, ошеломление. Скорее, не думал, что такое может произойти.
Dude, I remember, didn't we have recently these fucking the same cucks? Not the same guy, but the same cucks in Moscow say, well, Belgorod is whatever. Belgorod is on the border. But what if something gonna happen in Moscow? Nah, no way.
Про один из домов я не слышал, но я слышал, что в машину прилетел снаряд, что ли, обломок. Ну что, это ужасно.
Ну и не сказать, что удивился, как бы недавно прилетало по Кремлю, как бы понятно, что по 9-этажкам тоже, в принципе.
Да, нормально. То есть, понятно, что идут социальная операция, поэтому подобные ситуации могут быть. Могу быть, я только надеюсь, что какого-то глобального ухудшения не произойдет и ну хотя бы в той на прошлой ситуации стабилизируется.
Yeah, it's going to be stable. You're going to have these attacks on a very consistent timing.
Нам пора сильно забеспокоиться на эту тему. А то мы жили как-то, как будто ничего не происходит.
Война. Мы на них, они на нас. Какая тут может быть реакция? Ну тут периодически что-то стреляет.
So you're saying you deserve it?
То ли это салюты, то ли это беспилотники. Ну, может в парках ребята гуляют молодые, я не знаю. Ну так, чтобы какой-то страх был, таких хлопков не было. Может, на работе.
Мне сказали, если вдруг что, то эвакуировать ребенка в метро. Я с ребенком сижу. Вот. Приняла к сведению.
Ну, у вас какой-то страх на этом фоне появился?
Мне уже не страшно. Мне уже как-то все равно.
А почему так?
Я не знаю. Просто живу по накатанной уже. Если постоянно бояться, то может паранойя возникнуть, а я на психолога тратиться не могу, у меня денег нет.
Listen, the reason I'm not afraid is because I live in Russia, okay? And psychiatrist is expensive.
Лишних нет.
Но не каждый день такое происходит. Я как раз...
Well.
но...
Don't get ahead of yourself just yet, okay?
Не каждый день такое происходит. Я как раз в тот момент, вот на велосипеде от своего дома, я вот тут рядом живу, ну, военкомат Черемушкинский, вот на Вавилова. Ничего примечательного я не видел, не слышал и так далее. Я это узнал только на обратном пути тоже, ну, ничего примечательного, и вот в чате вот как раз.
Is there anything remarkable in Russia at all?
Вот, с друзьями, и там кто-то, ты слышал, а вы слышали этот дрон, там, я такой, ничего себе, дрон.
Если честно, ситуация была очень неожиданной, меня достаточно напугала, но...
I like how they all think it was unexpected.
Из Москвы не планирую переезжать, как бы, к сожалению, средства там не позволяют и другие обстоятельства. Просто надеюсь, что у нас нормальные...
Yeah, they monitor the situation. They're aware. That's about it.
Люди в стране, что будут следить за этой ситуацией и не допустят повторных таких инцидентов, потому что у нас как бы мирный район, и хотелось бы...
Guys, the area is peaceful, okay? Please don't shell this exact area and street where I live. All the other ones, yeah, go ahead.
Жить спокойно. Я живу через дом от произошедшего как раз-таки.
В дальнейшем что-то поменяется в лучшую или в худшую сторону? Будут ли такие случаи учащаться?
Yes.
Но если так логически подумать, то если до Москвы долетело беспилотники, то сейчас могут какие-нибудь ракеты пустить, которые тоже не видны.
This is Moscow.
Нашей системе ПВО, и все, пипец. Я об этом не буду думать, что там.
В дальнейшем, возможно, ситуация ухудшится, мне кажется. Но, к сожалению, я не знаю. Я сильно в политику стараюсь не лезть, но, к сожалению, приходится из-за обстоятельств.
Oh, look at that! Probably the first Russian that started getting interested in politics only after there's fucking military drones exploding over the head. Ah, so that's how you motivate people to get into politics. I see. You just explode shit.
Как бы просят родители, что...
You just kill them.
Чтобы я осторожно выходила из дома, чтобы все сообщала. Но все беспокоятся, все обеспокоены, естественно.
Good.
Ну, это будет повторяться, я думаю, если это...
Damn straight it will.
Почему бы это не может произойти еще раз, если прибудут соответствующие выводы, ну, в соответствующих местах как бы сделаны, то ничего не изменится.
И первый случай, в принципе, который был с Кремлем, показал то, что все что угодно, в принципе, может произойти. Сейчас вообще не знаю, чего ожидать, в принципе.
Страх появился, да, за родных появился. И, собственно, людей, которые вообще живут у нас здесь, в этом районе. Поэтому очень много разговаривал на эту тему. И даже сомневаюсь насчет того, что следующая атака, например, будет отражена полноценно.
Будут ли повторяться подобные события, или наше правительство позаботится?
Ну, я думаю, оно заботится как-то.
It says, I think our government cares about it somehow.
Думаю, будет повторяться. Думаю, будет с этим бороться, но и повторяться будет.
Не, ну если что-то начинает долетать, то может быть дальше и только хуже будет. Может, и больше будет посылать. Вот. Хотя, опять же, непонятно, чьи это именно беспилотники.
Но вот часто мне люди говорили, то, что до Москвы точно не дойдет никогда.
Ну как не дойдет? Дойдет. Везде и такие же беспилотники, и такие же, как бы, ну...
I like how before this, people were like, it will never reach Moscow. That's impossible. After it was done, well, of course it would. Of course.
Такое же...
I was always saying that it's possible.
Всё, и обмундирование такое же, как и у нас. Почему не дойдет? Чем они хуже, чем мы? Все то же самое, что у нас и у них, и наоборот.
He killed her. Oh my god, based. Holy shit. Damn, son. Same weapons. Well. We have better ones, right? We have better weapons. There's nothing Russian government can do to stop it, that's true. Hi from Ukraine, привет. Alright, what do we have? What do we have here? Right. What is this now?
Nearly 30 years since the world was blessed with the arrival of the romantic comedy 4 Weddings and a Funeral. The film couldn't be made today. I mean, who wants to watch a foppish, middle-class British bloke bumbling around on screen making an arse of himself? I mention it because there are 5 things that might come to pass in the near future that could upset Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine and make him wish he was watching endless repeats of the hilarious movie instead of starring in his own little-known sequel, 4 Funerals and a Wedding. The first potential funeral that could rain on Putin's big event could be that of Alexander Lukashenko. The leader of Belarus was looking decidedly peaky at the Victory Day parade in Moscow on May the 9th. And that wasn't just because he was disappointed at the lack of tanks. Sorry, Vladimir, I've got to stop doing that. Since then, though, rumours of Mr. Lukashenko's ill health have swirled around him like drones over the Kremlin. He was in Moscow this week, bizarrely promising nuclear weapons for anyone who joined what he described as the Union State of Belarus and Russia. Now, despite this clear and unequivocal demonstration of normality, and only a week after feeling it necessary to declare on state TV that he was, quote, not going to die, he reportedly collapsed and was whisked off to hospital for the entirely everyday and non-serious sounding procedure of blood purification. Mr. Lukashenko, in power since 1994 and widely believed to have fraudulently claimed the 2020 presidential election, has a much shakier hold on power than Putin. The Association of the Security Forces of Belarus, an organisation better known as BIPOL and created by former employees of Belarusian law enforcement and security agencies, actively opposes Lukashenko's regime, and in February this year was responsible for a very audacious drone attack on a Russian early warning plane at an airbase 10 kilometers south of Minsk.
That's not true. It was Security Service of Ukraine did that. They published the video too.
If Lukashenko died, there would undoubtedly,
am I wrong,
be a popular uprising in Belarus. The exiled leader of the opposition and de facto legitimate president, Svetlana Tsikhanouskaya, told me so when I met her in London. That would give Putin a massive headache, as he would have to divert military resources to shore up his client regime in Minsk. The next potential funeral could be that of...
Why is the mic goes bottom and not up?
Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who, if reports are accurate, is so ill he makes Mr. Lukashenko look like he's enjoying the first flush of youth. Iran is an increasingly paranoid regime that has no idea what to do when the supreme leader dies. It is thought to have a very worrying level of nuclear material and to have received from Russia technology regarding fighter jets and other dangerous stuff as payment for all the Shahed kamikaze drones it has supplied Moscow. All of which is troubling for Israel and Iran's near abroad, the latter taking a much greater interest in the Ukraine war. Now it might have real practical implications for them and isn't just about perfidious liberal Westerners banging on about values all the time. Iran and Russia are not best buddies, and their pragmatic relationship over the sharing of weapons and technology is largely held in place by the ailing Mr. Khamenei. Once he pops off, there's no guarantee Putin's supply of weapons will continue, especially if Tehran thinks it might need them in any future spat with Israel. The third and fourth funerals are grouped together and are Putin's military and political centres of gravity. It's a bit of a reach, but I need you to go with me on this one to make the gag work. For military theorists, the centre of gravity is that one thing that keeps the whole house of cards in place. it might be a single person, like a Putin or a Gaddafi, or a military unit, like Saddam's Republican Guard, or it could be more conceptual, like a country's industrial base or popular support. Whatever it is, if you can identify it correctly in your enemy and kill it, your opposition collapses. On Monday this week, the Telegraph's podcast on the war, Ukraine the Latest, interviewed retired US General Ben Hodges, the former head of US European Command. In a fascinating interview, General Hodges identified the mass of Russia's armed forces as their military centre of gravity. They don't have much quality, but what they do have is quantity, which is one of the reasons Ukraine has sought to wear them down and accepted for so long the fighting back move, long after it held any battlefield importance. Russia's political centre of gravity is Putin himself, but more than that, I think it is the deal he has with Russian society. Putin has essentially said to the Russian people, only I can provide you with security and keep the barbarians at the gates. Russian society will go along with that and accept the rubbish about Ukrainian Nazis and drug dealers for as long as Putin is able to project power and omnipotence. So the recent attacks, drones over Moscow here, border incursions there, railroad explosions, car bombs in St. Petersburg, all damage that image of security, power and control. Kill those things and Putin's in real trouble. And the wedding? Well, Putin would wish that was between his country and China. Beijing has the whip hand in the relationship with Moscow and Putin knows it, so he tries at every opportunity to claim equivalence with Xi Jinping. Hence, anytime he says the West is being mean to Russia, he also tacks on and China at the end. They're being horrible to both of us, he's trying to say, like a frightened child desperate to curry favour with the biggest kid in the playground. We've got to stick together. The thing is, Putin is terrified that China and the US and the wider West will find a way to improve their currently difficult relationship. This isn't a given, of course, but Beijing and Washington know that as the world's two superpowers, they have to be able to work together on the myriad problems the world will be confronted with this century. For Beijing, a relationship with a declining and largely irrelevant provider of fossil fuels and geopolitical headaches really isn't that important. Okay, wedding might be a bit strong, but the potential of an improved and entirely workable relationship between Beijing and the US, as fractious and occasionally rambunctious for the neighbours as that relationship will undoubtedly be, will cause Putin most alarm. So watch out for the 4 funerals and the wedding coming soon to your screens. Pay particular attention to the best man of the lot, that chap in Kiev, who's just getting to his feet, about to start his speech.
Good old
Defense in
chap.
Depth is a weekly video output.
All right.
The M1 Abrams tank is one of the most powerful ground weapons in the U.S. arsenal. Equipped with a 1,500 horsepower turbine engine and a top speed of more than 40 miles per hour. It comes with a 120mm cannon, 3 machine guns, and armor that can withstand frontal hits from enemy tanks with minimal damage. And these tanks could help Ukrainian forces take back Russian-occupied territories. But Pentagon officials have expressed concerns that these tanks could pose major logistical issues for Ukraine.
The Abrams requires a lot of support. And if the Ukrainians don't have everything that it takes to operate the Abrams, they might end up being more of a detriment than they are.
Well, then give us everything that we need.
If Ukrainians want to take full advantage of the M1 Abrams tanks, they'll have to solve several major logistical challenges.
So this binder right here, this contains all the information and coordinating details to operate a battalion of Abrams tanks for 4 days in the field.
Dan Grazier is a Marine Corps
We can
veteran
read.
who operated Abrams tanks for almost a decade.
All Western tanks are a lot more complex than the old Soviet tanks. There's a lot of upgraded electronics. They're much more intricately designed.
Yeah, we know we have
Ukraine already
Western
has
tanks.
a lot of skilled tank operators who have experience working on older Soviet-era tanks, like T-72s.
You got to remember, they've been fighting the Russians since 2014. So they are not going to be starting from scratch learning how to drive a tank here. They will have to learn how to use the Abrams tanks. They'll have to learn how to use the targeting system. The Abrams is a 4-person tank. The Soviet tanks have 3 people in them. So they'll have to learn details, but if you know how to drive a tank, you know how to drive a tank. So one way to think about this would be you go from a 10-year-old Toyota to a new Tesla. You know how to drive, you just have to learn how to do it on this new vehicle.
These new Abrams tanks boast impressive
Tesla.
technology. The tech enables troops to fire at night from longer ranges than Russian tanks, navigate through waters up to 4 feet deep, and shoot rounds with a range of 2.5.
What? Posted a link. Okay, let's read your link. Another link posted. Fact check. Was Elon Musk Ukraine Starlink funded by Biden White House? Okay, well, here's what it says. A press release sent by the U.S. Agency of International Development sent on April 5th, 2022, which stated how the government agency had delivered 5,000 Starlink terminals to the government of Ukraine through a public-private partnership with American aerospace manufacturer SpaceX. SpaceX donated 3,667 terminals, and the internet service itself, the USAID purchased additional 1,333 terminals. You provided a link that debunks yourself? Well, that's respectable. Or somebody else was arguing against Musk? $2022, yeah. Is that a problem? Okay, what is this? Can we get a confirmation this is real? Hamilton is now involved in cutting-edge flight tests of autonomous systems, including robot F-16s that are able to dogfight. However, he cautioned against relying on much AI, noting how easy it is to trick and deceive. It also creates highly unexpected strategies to achieve its goal. He notes that one simulated test saw an AI-enabled drone tasked with a SEED mission to identify and destroy SAM sites, but the final go, no-go given by the human, however, having been reinforced in training that the destruction of the SAM was the preferred option, the AI then decided that a no-go decision from human were interfering with its higher mission, killing SAM, and then attacked the operator in the simulation, said Hamilton. We were training it in simulation to identify and target the SAM threat, and then the operator would say, yes, kill that threat. The system started realizing that while they did identify the threat at times, the human operator would tell it not to kill that threat, but it got its points by killing that threat. So what did it do? It killed the operator. It killed the operator because that person was keeping it from accomplishing an objective. When you're just being a fucking moron if you coded it that way. You don't be a fucking fool. This is not fucking Skynet. Just odd it's over a year ago? Yeah, that's when the Starlinks, they gave the Starlinks. He went on, we trained the system. Hey, don't kill the operator, that's bad. You're gonna lose points if you do that. So what does it start doing? It starts destroying the communication tower that the operator uses to communicate with the drone to stop it from killing the target. This fucking bitch is smart as fuck. Adjust your fucking points. Nice fanfic. No, that's how it works. When you train systems like that, you tell it that certain actions give them negative points and certain actions give them positive points. But you have to cover all the scenarios, and then in the process, it will find the most optimal way to achieve the positive point gaining and avoid negative point gaining. You just have to describe all the scenarios, and that's what seems like they failed to do. There's a bunch of examples like that when they were training bots to play Dota, for example. I think OpenAI did it, right? OpenAI did it the first time. I think I remember it was OpenAI. Oops.
2.5 miles. But the more complicated the technology, the more likely it is to break. And depending on what needs
Well, not necessarily.
to be repaired,
But sure.
the parts may need to be sent all the way back to manufacturing plants in the US. Then, after they're repaired, they'll need to be sent back to Ukraine.
A lot of the individual components inside the tank were designed not necessarily to be repaired in the field, but to be replaced in the field. It could be days or possibly even weeks for them to get a replacement component.
And if a tank has to wait
I have a crazy idea. What if they send components with the tanks as well?
on a replacement
I bet they have data on things that break them more often.
part,
If the tank doesn't get everything that it needs in terms of spare parts, of fuel, of even lubricants and hydraulic fluid, you
We'll find hydraulic fluid and lubricants.
only have to lose one or two of those things to render a tank ineffective, and it becomes little more than a giant 72-ton paperweight on the battlefield.
and one of the most logistically difficult parts for maintaining an M1 Abrams tank is fueling it.
The reluctance within the Pentagon to sending the Abrams tanks had a lot to do with how difficult it is to keep them in the fight.
Abrams tanks use a lot of gas because they're very large, heavy vehicles. So it takes a great
That's fine.
deal of
We
energy
know.
to be able to even get that thing to start moving.
In order to
We have fucking hundreds of tanks in operation. We know that it uses a lot of fuel.
avoid the risk of running out of fuel, Abrams tanks typically travel with fuel trucks. The tanks can store about 500 gallons of fuel and can go about 275 miles on a single fill-up. And while it takes a lot of gas to start and run an Abrams tank, it also consumes a huge amount of fuel even when it's idle.
Just the capacity is going to be the big challenge, just making sure that they have enough fuel to power these tanks. That might be a challenge for them. Tanks are only one part of the overall equation. The tanks require a lot of support. So they require refueler vehicles, they require maintenance vehicles, they require ammunition trucks, to support them. And if you take those out, if you're really able to disrupt that supply chain, then the tanks are irrelevant at that point.
Tanks are able to get through a variety of terrains, but tank support vehicles can have a difficult time traveling through mud, snow, and other rough terrains.
If conditions degrade, bridges are out, excessive mud, deep snow, that can all disrupt the supply chain and make it a lot harder to properly refuel and rearm those tanks.
And for the tanks
cannot
to
be
operate
done
the
then.
most effectively, Ukrainian forces will need to manage a pipeline of high-quality fuels.
The turbine engine in the Abrams is a multi-fuel engine. The efficiency and the effectiveness of the engine would be reduced if you're using kind of a lower grade fuel. The kind of diesel fuel that the military uses will work quite well in the Abrams. As long as the Ukrainians have access to quality diesel fuel, they should be able to operate the Abrams just fine.
But the US's Abrams tanks aren't the only tanks that Ukraine needs to plan for. It will need to manage supply chains to support multiple types of tanks, including its existing Soviet-era T-72s, Britain's Challenger 2s, Germany's Leopards, and the US's M1 Abrams tanks.
Well, you could have just gave us 1,000 Abramses and you wouldn't even notice the difference.
And while other tanks may not
And we would have a very impressive tank fleet of one type of tank.
require as much fuel as the Abrams, Grazier says Britain's Challenger 2 and Germany's Leopard are also technically more complex than Ukraine's current tanks.
There are going to be some differences in the details as far as how they're supported. And I think that's going to be a big challenge for the
it's Joe
Ukrainians in
Biden.
having to maintain 3 separate supply chains to be able to support these 3 different tanks that they're going to be receiving here over the next couple of months.
So if Ukrainian forces will need to navigate complicated technology, gas-guzzling engines, and create multiple complex supply chains, why did the U.S. decide to send the
guzzle
Abrams tank?
buckets of
Ukraine needs
gas.
foreign tanks because the ones they have keep getting blown up by the Russians. So they need more tanks, and the Abrams tank is a good one.
Keeps getting blown up by Russians?
There aren't that
Is that
many
the
old
reason?
Soviet tanks around for Ukraine to go shopping for.
It was designed for the Cold War to fight the Soviet Union in Eastern Europe. So for the Abrams to go to Ukraine now is, in a way, almost like it's going home.
Right now, what
Cool
Ukraine
based.
needs is offensive capabilities, not so much defensive to protect their territory, but offensive to enable them to drive the Russians out of their turf. If you want to take back ground in a ground war, you need that kind of heavy armor to do it.
Wow, this was a very a useless video. I don't know why they posted that. The fuck is going on here, bruh? Yeah, we know. Schultz didn't want that. And then he said, if you're gonna send Abrams, I'm gonna send Leopard. And they were like, okay, all right, we'll do it.
Невеличке опитування.
Kharkiv 1992, Kharkiv 2023. What's this now? Says small question.
Не знаю, чи чули ви чи ні, а сьогодні вийшли умови
I don't know
мирного
if you
договору,
heard
за яким
or
ось ця
not.
сторона Сумської буде Росія, а ось ця Україна. Ну, як ви ставитесь до цього?
Я ставлю за того, що жодних умов про капітуляцію Московії не може бути прийнято. Московія повинна бути знищена повністю і цілком.
Это же старый вопрос.
92-го года.
Да.
Вот решение...
Oh, so he says he asks the same question. That's kind of weird. I don't know. Okay, 1992.
Да.
Вот решением обоих правительств России и Украины вот повернуться сюда нужно. Вот эта линия по
By the decision of both Ukraine and Russia,
Сумскую, она теперь разделяет город на две части. Вот сейчас
this line is going to split the city in two parts.
мы находимся в России, а вон там Украина.
This side is going to be Russia, and that side is going to be
Вот
Ukraine.
вы какой выбор сделаете?
What would you
У
choose?
вас есть такое право, возможно. Я выбираю Россию.
I choose Russia. Russia?
Хорошо.
Okay.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Ось ця сторона Сумської буде
That side of Sumska
Росія,
Street is
а ось
going
ця
to be Russia, and
Україна
this one is
з
Ukraine.
завтрашнього дня.
From tomorrow. No, glory to free Ukraine. Only Ukraine.
Тобто ви проти цього розділення?
So we are against this.
Тільки українська.
Only Ukraine.
Понял, спасибо вам.
Thank you.
Україна, щоб то і та була.
It's both. This and that is going to
Эта
be
сторона і
Ukraine.
та сторона, щоб була Україна.
Але якщо мир буде лише,
But
якщо
if the
Росія
peace
буде...
is going to be, if only the Russia is going to be... No, fuck them. It's going to be Ukraine here. 1992.
Государство Украины.
Вообще вы хотите
I don't know the government
и
Ukraine.
там, я понял, да?
Нет, я не знаю такого государства.
I don't know such a country.
Украина.
Ukraine.
Тем более Харьков далеко не Украина.
And Kharkiv is not Ukraine.
Никогда ей не был.
And never been
Скажіть, будь ласка,
Ukraine. Jesus fucking Christ.
Ну, не знаю, ви чули чи ні, але сьогодні оприлюднили
1992 has no chill, bruh.
мирний договір
I don't know if you knew, but today they said there was a
між Росією і Україною.
peace agreement between Russia and
Згідно
Ukraine,
яким ось
according
ця
to
сторона
which
Сумської буде
that side
Росія,
of
а ось ця
the city
Україна.
is going to
Ви
be
от по
Russia,
якій будете
and
завтра
this one is
ходити?
going to be Ukraine. Which side are you going to
Ну, я
take?
думаю, люди завтра сделают так, что все будет Украина.
I think people tomorrow are going to do everything is going to be Ukraine.
Да?
Yeah?
Да.
Yeah.
Тобто ви проти цього
So
розділення?
you're against this
Конечно,
split,
против.
of course.
Ну і щоб не було претензій до того, що це українське телебачення, і люди просто
Anyway, an interesting experiment, I guess, but kind of pointless. I don't know. Like, what the fuck do you expect people in Kharkiv, a city that was shelled? Were they gonna be like, yeah, Russia looks... It's like, what the fuck? That ain't happening.
А ми сьогодні будемо
Alright. Let's get some shooting McShooty videos.
стріляти з СПГ.
Пострел! Нихуя.
Фальштарт.
О!
Я пішов знищувати нахуй БМП.
Кут 40
72.
Постріл! Русские, привіт! Все, сипемося. Ми сьогодні будемо стріляти з СПГ. Як ми. Вони будуть стріляти з СПГ. Може я теж.
What I like about this thing, it barely moves when it shoots. It's so interesting. Most of the things have such a kickback.
Штраф 20 гривень.
Ні, 10 тисяч.
10 тисяч гривень. Прильот був. Прилетів снарядик і танк. Ви дивитесь даже цей, даже Зеленський буде дивитися. Штраф тобі випишуть, щоб без каски ходиш. Я не жартую.
Та еще мы в брониках, хоть скажи спасибо.
Да, кстати.
Ні, так я ж типу, знаєш, не як з району приїхав. З перевіркою. Перевір. Так, чого без каски?
Сьогодні ми будемо знайомитися з СПГ. Протитанкова гармата. Але хуяримо ми тільки по піхоті. Тому що інакше небезпечно. Ось так виглядає вона в робочому стані. Це наш
Interesting. They
приціл.
use it against infantry.
Це місце, куди засовується снаряд і далі закривається. Заряджається ось цим от. І от спуск. Це приціл для прямої наводки і для праці закритих позицій. Ось, якщо дивитись сюди, то з цього прицілу можна стріляти кумулятивом по техніці, по танкам, по БМП, БТРах і прочому. Для піхоти у нас є ось цей візир. Це, так би мовити, артилерійський приціл, з яким ми працюємо з закритих позицій. А далі вже робимо ось такий спуск і знищуємо ворога.
Це не по нас.
Це наші.
Це наші.
Ось.
А ну тут ще пороха нема, так?
Так, це без пороху, осколковий снаряд для нашого СПГ-9. Якщо ще поставити на нього порох, взагалі буде виглядати як спис. Тому він взагалі називається гармата списом. Стародавня радянська назва. Цей снаряд важить приблизно 4,4 кг, летить на відстань до 4,5 км. Осколки розлітаються на 30 метрів під кутом 30 градусів. Високоточна зброя, якщо влучить в БМП, в БТР, в машину, знищить її нахуй. Дарю.
Все, дякую. Я пішов знищувати нахуй БМП.
Все. Ось якраз виглядає як саме натуральний спис. Да.
Ладно, ні. З цим не будемо гратися. Що, погнали туди?
И этих, блядь, хомячков, блядь, пиздец. Жрали еду, блядь. Хуярили всё, блядь.
Они хомячков кушали, прикинь.
Ви?
Ну, ловили на мышеловку, и хуярили. Ты шучу, ты ж. Не, мышей ловили реально.
І хавали, да?
Нет, да нет.
Просто сырым, блядь, вы наши дергаете, а?
Это же нормально. И срачки нет потом.
Ну там інше може бути. Всякі якісь там тіфи, знаєш.
Холера.
Холери, блядь. Чума знову, знаєш, завелась, в Дніпрі, типу.
Коронавирус, в принципе, так и появился.
Да. Жрали мишей, тільки не цих, не польових. Дніпро.
X. 1877. Угол.
Безопасная зона, вот. Пошла сзади меня и впереди. Заряд ракеты, поддерживается порох. Все. По команде ты должен крикнуть громко «Пострел!» и через 2 секунды нажать. Пострел! Нихуя.
Фальштарт.
Ну вот я снял и пострел, она кнопка сама, понял? Туго нажимается.
Саня, пару коментарів.
Все отлично. Подожди.
Сейчас буде нормальний постріл.
Пострел! О! Санек, надо знать, что нажимать.
Русские, привет!
Вторую. Заряжаем вторую. Я хочу ёбнуть.
Санек, все получится, мы в тебе віримо.
Пострел! А, вот в чем прикол, ебать! Я не тупой! Все, уходим.
Нормально тут земля вышена.
Пизда, да?
Да, это только 2 выстрела. Уебом зараз буде ответочка.
Да, может прилететь, поэтому...
Why would they have extra buttons that you would...
Я це стопудово знаю. Олександр Васильович Масляков, він підер. Він гей, реально, типу. Він Стаса, коротше, є такий КВНщик, що один Стас Ярушин. Він його в жопу їбав, в натурі. Так? Да. Все, це в інтернет нахуй. Що ти? Що ти заливаєш?
Ярушина
їбаш? Да, Ярушин теж підер. Всі русські підери, коротше. Але вони, типа, особливо.
Ні, ну вони в натурі геї.
Да, типа, вони геї, а і підери ще, типа, теж. І геї, і підери.
Підери, тому що вони русські.
Да. Сьогодні ми працювали з СПГ, з хлопцями з Дніпра. Як ви бачили по димку на горизонті, то...
Guys, it has a different meaning, okay?
Вірте в це теж. Підписуйтесь на канал, там, лайки ставте, туди-сюди. Все, до скорих нових зустрічей.
Alright, what is this? Somebody linked this video a while back, but I don't know... I don't know if it's good or not. All right, what is F-16s? F-16s, explain.
Looks like the F-16 is headed to Ukraine. What capabilities will this give Ukraine that it doesn't have now? Well, it's actually fourfold. The first capability is the AMRAAM, which will help provide air superiority. The second capability is the HARM, or high-speed anti-radiation missile.
Well,
that will destroy Russian air defenses. The third is PGM, or precision-guided munitions, to strike high-value ground targets. And the fourth is the Harpoon missile for maritime patrolling and striking ships. Now, I'm going to go in-depth in a couple of minutes, but let me recap what the F-16 is and why it's important. The F-16 is essentially the Ford Mustang of fighter jets. It's fast and agile and relatively cheap. See, it was designed back in the 70s, and the Air Force had been moving towards these heavy, complex fighters, and the F-16 was envisioned as this fighter that could outmaneuver any cannon or missile that was fired at it. It was intended to be the perfect day VFR, or Visual Flight Rules, dogfighter.
The F-16, an aerodynamic masterpiece, tested and proven superior for today's air combat arena.
Over 4,500 F-16s have been produced for 26 different nations around the globe, and they're still being produced today from Morocco and Turkey and even Iraq. The fact is that it's the second most popular jet in the world, the first being the Soviet-era MiG-21. And this popularity has led to over 3,000 different weapons carriage configurations and over 180 possible weapons systems. And the real advantage of this is giving these jets to Ukraine. There is this entire parts infrastructure that can support these F-16s. These fighters have been around for years, and there's a robust supply system that has sprung up around these planes. So let's go through each of the 4 advantages. The first capability is the AIM-120 AMRAAM missile, which provides air superiority. Right now, Ukraine doesn't really have control over its own airspace. They're still flying sorties, but at a very limited rate. Now, Russia is keeping Ukraine at arm's length. They really aren't doing penetration bombing like they did at the start of the war. Instead, they're firing standoff weapons at long range, meaning long-range cruise missiles and glide bombs are being fired from Russia to keep themselves away from Ukrainian air defenses. Now, when it comes to CAP, or Combat Air Patrol, it seems like Russia's kind of hanging back with MiG-31 Foxhound interceptors and F-35 flankers. And when they spot a target inside of Ukraine, they fire AA-13 Axe-Head long-range missiles at it. And when I say long-range, I'm talking 124 miles. These missiles are hypersonic and fire and forget. They don't actually have to track the missile to the target. The missile gets there itself. In fact, these missiles are fired at such long ranges that Ukrainian pilots are forced to rely on ground control radars to let them know a missile was just launched at them, which means they have to turn around and abandon their mission. The American AIM-120 AMRAAM can level the playing field. Now, depending on the version, it has a range of up to 87 miles, and that's the Wikipedia answer. The real range might be a little bit further. It's not equal to the AA-13, but it's enough to force the Russian Air Force to patrol further away from Ukraine. The F-16 can carry 6 of these AMRAAMs, so this is step 1 in clawing back Ukrainian air sovereignty. The second capability is the AGM-88 HARM. This is an anti-radiation missile, meaning it is designed to destroy enemy radars. And even if you turn the radar off, the HARM remembers where you are and kills your radar anyway. Now, this missile made the news in August of 2022 when the U.S. retrofitted the HARM to be fired by Ukrainian MiG-29s. But there's some problems. The MiG-29 was never designed to fire the HARM, and from what I understand, the HARM has to be pre-programmed for this method. They use a laptop and they tune the HARM to the specific radar it'll be attacking. Now, that's fine if you know the target you're going after, but if you're out hunting for radars, a process known as wild weasel, then it's not so effective.
That's interesting.
Remember that scene in Flight of the Intruder when Grafton and Cole make themselves bait for the North Vietnamese surface-to-air missiles? Well, that's wild weasel in a nutshell. You fly until you're illuminated by radar, then you shoot a missile right down that system's illuminator. The F-16 was designed with wild weasel as one of its primary roles, so it can hunt for Russian radars and then destroy them when they get illuminated. This will force Russia to do one of two things. Either they will have to constantly move their systems, which is a pain and takes enormous amount of manpower and fuel, or they have to pull back to areas that are safely in the rear. This sets up the next capability. Now, the third capability is precision strike. With Russian long-range air defenses pushed further back, Ukraine can use precision weapons on the F-16, such as the JDAM or the JDAM-ER for extended range, which is a glide bomb, to strike at Russian command and control centers and supply dumps. Now, you still have to worry about man-pads or man-portable air defenses, but one problem at a time here. They're still in a better position than they were before, especially if they're using GPS-enabled glide bombs, because they can launch them from further away. The fourth capability is maritime security. The F-16 can carry the AGM-84 Harpoon anti-ship missile. Now, Russia has used its Black Sea Fleet as a missile launching platform against targets in Ukraine. So, just the threat of losing more ships the way they lost the Moskva may force Russia to either keep their ships in port or pull them further back. And that's pretty much it. The F-16 gives Ukraine these 4 capabilities, which are crucial to taking back
It also has a good
territory.
radar, right?
Now, if you're a former F-16 pilot or a maintainer and you want to help, the International Legion is now accepting applications for pilot and maintainer roles. You can find out how to apply in the pinned comments below.
Damn.
Thank you so much for
Based.
watching.
Oh, hi, America. It's me, Elon. If you want to be cool...
The fuck was that? Okay. Captured orcs with subtitles from 3rd Assault Brigade.
Я даю добровольное согласие на то, чтобы видео было записано и опубликовано. Я не против видеосъемки, не вижу решать. Даю согласие. И публикацию. На публикацию. Я тоже не против видеосъемки, на публикацию. Ну, что, представьте.
Oh, it's this little dude again.
Я хвастаю, Ярослав Георгиевич,
It says panda, not pan.
А ты типа за ЦСКА болел?
Нет. По имени.
Автомат, позиция с
ЦСКА, да. Не нашел просто ленту разделил.
Или за Спартак болел?
Спартак очень нравится.
Да.
Знаешь, как Рамиль Гатиганиевич.
Как?
Шигапов Рамиль Гатиганиевич.
Шигапов?
Шигапов.
Рамиль
Гатиганиевич. Позывной старый называют.
Старый? Где вы служили?
Служил я в Москве. В колледже.
Ты с Татарстана, да?
Татарстана, да.
А вы откуда?
Город Нижний.
Ты с Нового, да? Перец, да? Из Перти.
Не понимаю.
Ну типа жопа. Жопа, из жопы.
Да, не, он недалеко от Москвы.
Нижний Новгород? Ну так и Москва это жопа. А ты?
Из Ростовской области.
А ты помнишь, мы с тобой встречались?
Волгодонск.
Когда тебе... Волгодонск?
Да.
Там же теракты были.
Да,
О, нормально. Тогда уже русских убивали, видишь. Из Волгодонска.
Да.
А, ты сидел, да?
Да, сидел.
А за что?
За кражу.
За кражу? Сколько ты должен был сидеть?
Еще год и месяц.
И ты решил пойти на войну?
Да.
А ты сколько сидел?
Последний раз год с небольшим сидел.
Последний раз? Да. То есть ты не зэк?
Почему?
Я тебя спрашиваю.
Я не первый раз был, я сидел. И второй раз я
Вот сейчас что ты сидишь?
Да.
А сколько ты должен был сидеть?
Я должен был отсидеть 8 лет 1 месяц. Отсидел год с небольшим.
Угу. А тебе год оставалось, да?
Да, год и месяц.
И почему, блядь, такое гениальное решение было?
Не знаю, даже в голове не могу еще понять. Ну, не знаю, как выразить это.
Что, ну как-то выразить постарайся же.
At least the other guy had 8 years.
Очистить эту
А
историю.
что вам обещали?
Полное снятие исков, кредитных историй, очищение, ну, все судимости будут погашены. Ну, может даже после того, как 5 сидел, может даже, допустим, органы милицию пойти работать.
Ты ему свернуться хотел уже после этого?
Хотел как-то...
I don't think they had any kind of like media whatsoever.
Там, знаешь, как на зоне есть...
Prigozhin shows up,
Да.
says,
Кем сидел?
you get clean record and we pay you money. Don't worry, it's very easy to do. And they're like, okay.
Ну, там работы обязательно были. Строительная колония.
Ну, я просто, ну, украинцы как бы это очень далеки. Зэк, зон, знаешь, поэтому мы так ничего не знаем про это. Я просто знаю, что есть касты, там мужики, типа, там блатные, да, и шепот, то есть. Это хит. А ты
Dude, the fucking translator for this video was like, I ain't translating all that, okay? Just talking in Ukrainian, talking in Russian.
Гражданки?
Ну да.
Гражданки, и так работал.
Гражданкой, да?
Ну, шабашки.
Шабашки?
Да.
Работал на шабашках, гражданкой?
Да, гражданкой.
Сколько получал денег?
Да по-разному это было. Как работать?
А ты жил в Москве, да?
Нет, Татарстан.
В Татарстане?
Татарстан.
А в каком городе?
Арский район.
А город?
Город Казань.
А, это Казань.
Да, город Казань, Арский район.
Угу. И почему решил пойти на войну?
И по контракту написал, чтобы идти.
А когда ты написал?
28th of March 2023?
28 марта, что ли.
28 марта? 28 марта?
Да, писал.
Март это березень, так?
3-го, да, пришел.
Березень. Тобто 2 місяці і ти вже в полоні.
It's somewhere there.
Хороший результат. И ты вот подписал контракт, вот, ну, ты решил воевать за русский мир, правильно? Ты русский?
Да.
Да.
Татарин.
И решил воевать за русский мир.
Да, по контракту служить.
Ага. Как тебе относятся тут?
Все нормально, хорошо. Очень благодарен.
Панда, тебе как относятся?
It says panda. It doesn't say pan. It says panda. Maybe because of his shoes? I have no idea.
Корм, курить дают, вода есть, тепло.
Dude, it's like better than in Russia, actually. You get fed, you get cigarettes and water, and it's warm. None of those things you get in Russia.
Как взяли в плен, привезли, дали помыться, полоснуться.
A shower?
Не так, как в Нижнем
Ну,
Новгороде.
я в тюрьме хуже был.
А ты до тюрьмы кем был?
До тюрьмы так работал маленько. В основном не работал вот.
Bro, I feel like Russian convicts are just gonna go to the war to give up to Ukraine so they wouldn't sit in those shit prisons, dude.
После того, как первый раз сидел, работал в этих маленьких, потом опять принял.
А работал я?
Работал водителем, помощником прорабного сразу.
Реально?
Нет.
Ну, про себя тогда расскажи ты.
Я тоже что первый раз посидел. До тюрьмы ничем такого не занимался. Тоже там на сроке где-то подработал, там грузчиком что-то такое. Там в городе в основном такие. На одной работе там денег не заплатили, это начальство это пропало. На второй тоже на стройке вроде солидно, предприятие. То же самое, денег бывает не заплатят.
Ну, мабуть, збирають гроші, вони їм там дають
22 году.
поспілкуватись.
17 году. Тебе еще вот решил, ну, оставался сидеть.
Вот и месяц, да.
Ты решил пойти на войну?
Да.
Чем ты мотивировался?
Чисто эта история, плюс еще, ну, все это...
Какой чисто этой истории?
Все до амнистии, судимости подачи.
У тебя год остался.
Да.
А что это, чтобы кредиты были, да?
Кредиты, да, были, иски были. И надзор.
Сколько у тебя было кредитов?
Около 100 тысяч.
100 тысяч рублей?
Да.
Угу. А ты слышал, что убивают? Что прям попадают? Как ты...
100,000 rubles. The cost of his life.
Что, в плен ты дали?
Bro, God, you people are so fucking dumb, dude. For F-16s, you don't need certain airfields. Okay? And you need to store planes, any planes, otherwise they're gonna get fucked by the elements. You need to store pretty much everything under the fucking roof. Okay? Where the fuck did you come from with these fucking degenerate takes? We watched a fucking video half an hour ago. Go fucking read upon it. And then... I don't give a fuck. Who told you what did... where did you read that?
F-16
read it again.
LGBT airfields.
А у вас вообще какие потери? Вы 72-я бригада, правильно? Легендарная. Легендарная 72-я бригада. Вы нормально бегаете.
Не особо.
Какие у вас потери были?
Вот наши роты, то, что мы приехали, наши на место, у нас в первые же дни потери пошли. То есть к 17 числу у нас от 107 человек, которые приехали, осталось человек 40-50.
А все остальные?
200 и 300.
Угу. Сколько 200?
200 нормально, так человек, наверное, 10, если не больше, 15 может. Это прям буквально меньше недели прошло просто потерь. Вообще разговаривали, там комбат в 72-й бригаде какой-то ебанутый мужичок. У него уже потери на этих позициях больше 800 человек, как сказать.
200 людей?
Да.
Но вас же не жалко, вы же сейф, понимаете, да?
Damn, 700?
Ну, в военкомате обещали другой, когда приезжали.
You can't have a technical argument because you don't have an argument. Say an argument and link a source, or you're full of shit. Stop saying stuff that you think you know. If you wanna fucking argue, you better have fucking sources, because we read this shit on fucking stream.
Так это в вашем военнике пишет пушечное мясо.
Don't just pull shit out of your ass.
That I made it the fuck up. My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Когда предлагал контракт, я все озвучил.
Wait until he finds out that fucking 4,500 planes were made and fucking 50 different countries bought the fucking thing. And both countries, rich and poor.
А когда сюда уже приехали, мы поняли, что мы попали в полную жопу. То, что действительно как пущенное мясо нас просто выставили, ни оружия, ничего не дали просто. Идите,
I missed
не
the
знаю,
part, but
куда,
that's my problem.
не знаю, что.
А вот если бы вы встретились с Путиным, что бы вы ему сказали?
Я бы ему сказал, то, что полная жопа, что в стране что будет.
Эмиль Хашарович, что вы сказали?
Что примерение сегодня добился.
Ну, чтобы вы вели войска из Украины, съебались отсюда на Ампой. И тогда война закончится. Я просто вот не понимаю, чем мотивируется, вот, например, татарин, чтобы поехать в Украину.
I almost feel like it's like part of Russian propaganda, right? Russians sell planes too, and they're like, hey, listen, we have these planes, they're cheap, they're sturdy. It's the same myth about AK-47 that they had. Oh, this fucking gun shoots with fucking whatever, underwater, under whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't need to take care of it. Just fucking works, okay? It's simple as fuck, but it's reliable. Same shit about their fucking planes, and I bet they spread the exact opposite propaganda about American stuff. You know, American fucking, like, planes and weapons, they're, like, high maintenance, it's expensive, you know, and fucking, whatever.
Воевать. Что в голове должно быть у татарина? Ну, это вопрос от части. Работал же гражданкой на шабаше. Все было супер. Жизнь бьет ключом.
Ну, вот я примерно вот пришел, я думал, нормально буду по контракту. Вот, судя. Я не знал, что такое чудо.
То есть ты пришел во время войны, по контракте послужить, и не знал, что тебя отправят на войну. Неожиданно было, неожиданностью, да?
Ну,
не фартануло. Не фартануло.
The guy is not good
Пришел
with
в войну,
Russian.
подписал контракт.
Barely speaks it.
Неожиданно, что на войну отправили.
По телевизору вот другой показывает. А здесь в самом деле я сам видел, что Украина такой говорит, это все вот на самом деле. Просто прекратить войну и все.
А ты
Все обманываются.
в марте подписал.
Bro, I feel like if you're making a plane that needs a special runway to fucking fly, not just like a regular runway, it needs a special one. I don't know if they do that for any plane. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Have you not seen those fucking videos where planes land without fucking commercial airliners land without fucking wheels? That shit is over-engineered to the fucking tits, okay? I feel like if you have a road, any fucking plane will get off and land. Making a plane that cannot do that, you're fucking gimping yourself so fucking hard. Oh, our special runways are destroyed. We only have regular roads. Well, I guess our fucking aviation doesn't work now. Like, what the fuck? Who would do that?
Вот 2023 года. Ага, тебе даже месяц, даже еще меньше. Надо было, чтобы в пень попасть. Красиво, красиво. А ты до этого служил или нет?
Да, срочки служил, я 18.
18.
You too?
Не 18, а 97, 90.
Let's. Okay, I'm gonna be start. Okay, let me ask ChatGPT. Hear what ChatGPT says. runway requirements. The U-2 doesn't necessarily require a special runway. However, due to its design, large wingspan, bicycle-type landing gear, it can be difficult to land and take off. A chase car, typically a high-performance vehicle driven by a fellow U-2 pilot, is often used during landings to provide assistance via radio. Is there any plane that needs a special runway? Some aircrafts require special considerations due to the size, weight, or design, but it's not common for an aircraft to require a special runway. Is that not, like, common sense to any of you? Yeah, it has nothing to do with runways. Why are you linking this video? It just shows the car, yeah. Yeah, but there's nothing special about it. It's just a fucking runway. There's nothing special about it. You need if you would say some planes require different lengths and widths of runway because of their specifications of how big they are. I was like, yeah, okay, makes sense. Yeah, of course. Special runway. You're implying as if it needs to be like perfectly leveled and smooth. We have plenty of fucking runways. Fucking commercial airliners land in Ukraine, motherfucker. You can't even... we had the biggest plane in the world! Hello? We had the biggest plane in the world land on our shit. Okay? Anyway. Debunked. I'm glad we can put this to fucking rest.
Ты, получается, какого года рождения? 77-го. Ты и математик.
Don't try to fucking do that, but I'm talking from Bulgarian perspective. You were wrong. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. There's no such thing as a special runway.
Охуительный тоже. 72-я бригада. Можете так вот вообще рассказать рутину? Ну, как происходило вообще все? Вот вы приехали, вам пришли в тюрьму, да? Пришли в тюрьму, сказали, подписывайте контракт. Правильно?
Да.
Так, как это было?
Ну, приехал начальник военного комиссариата, которого свежим новым управлением. Предложил пойти служить по контракту в обмен там зарплата, весь соцпакет, который у военнослужащих есть. То есть полгода служим, нам подписывают амнистию, потом 10 дней отпуска, потом по контракту службы 2 года еще в части в своем регионе.
Что он обещает, да?
Да, когда задавали вопросы, что нам надо будет делать по этому контракту, где он будет, он сказал то, что мы будем либо на границе в Ростове где-то, либо в Луганске, Донбасс, там, где уже наши войска прошли и уже как бы, ну, города захвачены. То, что там уже воин в основном нет, то есть патрулирование, то, что комендантские часы.
Slingshots, yeah.
Ну, заниматься вот таким. Не то, что там на передке будет бегать с автоматом, надевать или еще что-то такое. Он сказал то, что это...
Well, that's what I said. They basically told them that they're gonna be fine, they're not gonna be on the fucking trenches, they're gonna be like doing some shit to supply the army, and they would believe it, because why would they make prisoners to go and fight with no training, right? Psych?
Понимаете, как бы ЧВК идут первым. Министерство обороны, то, что стоит там уже 2-я, 3-я, 4-я линия фронта и в основном...
А вот зэки именно занимаются вот тем, логика была в тот момент, да?
Ну, в голове прокручивалось то, что нас передал.
Наебать чуть-чуть.
Ну да, то есть как бы мы вопрос задавали, так, потом я дома посоветовал, сказали вроде ЧВК, сказали вроде езжайте. Ну, можно попробовать, потому что ей немного осталось. Он тоже там, бабушка в основном помогала по поселкам курить и курить, ситуация тяжелая стала. Вот. И как подумал, прокрутил в голове. Не думал то, что так будет. Потому что до этого я с набора были у ЧВК. Это Пригожин прилетал, сразу говорил, то, что я идти воевать, воевать.
К вам Пригожин приезжал?
Ну до этого.
На зону, да?
Ну до этого были.
И ты прям стоял, видел Пригожина?
Не, я еще всегда был.
Не попал?
Не успел.
Не попал. А что рассказывают у вас про Пригожина? Легенды ходят?
Ну, про Пригожина говорят, то, что он приезжал, сразу говорил, то, что поедете воевать, так и так. Ну, он сразу начал то, что будет на передке, то, что будет подготовка, амуниция, не амуниция, зарплата, полгода и амнистия. Дальше вы свободны. Ну, в принципе, как Пригожин говорился, так и было то, что он забирал, подготавливал, отправлял сам перед
Вы видели вот эти горы трупов? Когда вы приезжали?
Нет.
Вот ваши?
Не, я только приехал вообще. Вот здесь на позициях мы были 9 мая. Нас приехали, никто не встретил. Нас в полигон должны были везти в штаб. Вот эти личные номера, жетоны, документы, зарплатные карточки. Вот. Мы должны были получить подъемные, чтобы одеться, обуться. Я даже в белых кроссовках выебал.
Маскировку. Так я видел, как вот этого ввели. Это тогда было, ты помнишь? Я тебя еще сфотографировал, своего видео записывал. Ты, сейчас, легендарная личность. Там уже закидывали тебя нормально. Там Гордон закинул тебя. Хайпанул нормально. Мог вот отсидеть, сейчас посмотри, ты сейчас потом можешь блогером стать. Я серьезно?
Я понял.
Почему, что у вас было по этому?
He's not in a situation where he can laugh.
По амуниции, бронежилет, каска, автомат, 12.
Бронежилеты были, потому что ты вообще в спортивном костюме тебя вели.
Here lies potentially famous blogger.
А так в спортивном костюме ты
But fate went another way.
Нам дали одежду, потом ее забрали.
They gave the uniforms, took a picture with you holding it, and then took it back. Just like with those fucking coats for those women.
Ну да, цвет называется сирийский.
Или иранский.
Или иранский. Не важно.
Там из Ирака.
Потом их тоже позабирали. Выдали по автомату по 4 магазина, потом 3 магазина позабирали, по 1 магазину поставили.
Сколько у вас было на позициях?
Мы даже не знаем. Вот нас приехало 107 человек, когда нас привезли. Там сколько потерь было. И вот с 16 на 17 ночь нас собрали человек 20, наверное, как усиление, так понял, потому что там на позициях много народу оставалось. И отправили, сказали, типа наши дальше продвинулись, а за ней блиндажи. И ночью привели, просто посадили, сказали, все, сидите здесь, слушайте, с утра подойдем, все расскажем, потом, что надо будет делать. Все, наступает утро, я просыпаюсь в 5 утра, в 6, наверное. Попили кофе, тут начался обстрел, потом стрельба.
Jesus. Typical Russian. Typical Russian way of doing things.
Я кричал, стой, кто идет. От страха там воздух что-то пострелял маленький, не высовывайся из блиндажа. Да. Потом ответили, предложили сдаться на оружие, да, и уже.
Первый раз приехал 9-го?
Да.
Тебя взяли сразу же?
Well, one guy was stealing and the other guy didn't say, but 8 years. Some serious shit.
Ну, 17 числа.
They seem harmless. They went to fucking fight in another country and kill people with fucking guns. The fuck are you talking about?
Нормально.
Все убежали, а нас оставили, все.
Ну, ты прям в воздух просто стрелял вообще, даже, никакого там, ничего не делал. Не отбивался, даже не пробовал. Просто пришел сюда, по порывам сердца, просто чтобы не сидеть очень долго. Такой хороший ты человек, блин.
Ну, как я и говорю.
Что?
Как я и говорю.
Все-таки не все хорошие, всегда. А ты явный, ты просто когда говоришь, у тебя какой-то акцент такой.
Не знаю, не замечал.
Знаешь, кто взял плен?
Да, там сказали.
Кто?
3-я штурмовая бригада Азов.
Да, 3-я штурмовая Азов.
Что вы хотите сказать 3-й штурмовой бригаде?
Ну, сказать спасибо, то, что меня обманули. Предложили сдаться, сказали, то, что все будет хорошо. То, что накормят, напоят.
Dude, imagine, imagine their fucking faces. They're like, give up. They're like, give up, maybe. It's Azov, give up.
Пленом будет все нормально. По обмену, потом вернемся. В принципе, как я сказал.
I bet Azov dudes are like, hear like pops after they introduce themselves. Give up, it's Azov. Oh, there he goes.
Хотите ехать по обмену?
Ну, родители охоты не повидаться.
А история не пугает вас?
Ну, история, как там не было еще, сидеть или не сидеть, а просто родители уедут еще. Я с родственником уеду.
А это у родителей, да?
У меня, ну, родители, бабушка, брат.
А сколько тебе лет?
Мне 28.
28. А тебе?
22.
22. А тебе?
46.
46 лет. В 97-м тебе было 18?
Да.
Quick maths.
77-го года рождения.
77 года.
97 минус 77, 18. А ты был старший группы?
Нет.
Нет? А какое у тебя звание?
Званий нету, рядовой.
Ты тоже рядовой? Ты же контрактник.
Рядовой.
Рядовой контрактник. Вы тоже рядовой?
Да.
Кто у вас старший был? Или в одном взводе были?
Они.
Не в одном.
Не в одном?
Разные.
А вы были знакомы до этого?
Нет, вот здесь...
Вы познакомились? И как?
С отелем, с утра вот он в 6 утра нашел блиндаж кофе попить. Где-то рядом.
Я не был даже с ним. Почти лучшие друзья.
Я старый позиции стоял, потом...
He poorly speaks Russian.
И что, как тебе?
Which is hilarious because he went to a different country with the Russian flag to protect Russian interests. He barely speaks Russian.
Нормально, да? Тебе как Татарин?
Нормально.
Нормально. А что это Татарстан про независимость объявил?
Да, он в составе России уходит.
Выходит, ну, выходил. Нормально?
Не выходил.
Нет, если бы выходил.
Я не знаю, у них своя республика, свой президент там как.
Угу.
Вот, а
А
так...
если Россия распадется, ты будешь плакать?
Да не особо.
А ты Татарин будешь плакать? Ну, тоже на себя ярый, ты?
Нет.
Ну, здесь, чтобы все народы там прям говорят, себя отдельно жили. Хотя такого. Там на Бурятию можно было бы напасть. Это, вот вы же, ну, по факту, давайте будем смотреть правде в глаза. Получайте пиздюлей. Ну, получайте пиздюлей. И вот, знаешь, вот вы жили всю дорогу, жили вот там в Казани каком-то, блядь, Новгороде каком-то, где-то в Жадонске. Всю жизнь жили в говне, в тюрьме сидели, нормальной жизни не были. И вы только, чем вы питались вообще? Что вот вы причастны к какой-то могущественной, к российской там империи, да? Что вот всех можете победить, всех там вот напали на Грузию, там, на Ичпеев, да, там, где в Дагестане были, в Приднестровье, постоянно войны, вот типа, и вы питались этого могущества. И сейчас вы по факту видите, что вы, просто получаете пизделей. Как вам осознавать еще и это? Ну что, и так жили в говне, я еще, блядь, страна у вас хуйня полная.
The way he said it was funny. He basically said, all of that, and then he's like, and your country is fucking shitty too. That sounded funny. I don't know. It's like a cherry on top, dude.
Первый раз.
Да, и хуйня.
Я не думал об этом, особенно не читал, не вникал в это.
Is he talking about the US or Russia? Bro, who are these people fucking posting this fucking shit? What the fuck do you think?
А ты какую книгу последнюю почитал? Это книгу какую?
Man, fucking Americans are the worst, bro. The way they shit on their own country is just the most disgusting, despicable fucking shit that I fucking see. God damn, they're fucking losers.
Смотри, ты и так, мне самому
Americans who shit on US are fucking pathetic, fucking cuck, fucking soy boy loser fucks, dude.
сложно, блядь, на русском говорить. Ты же пришел за Россию воевать. Ты еще, блядь, не понимаешь, что я говорю. За Россию,
No
за
respect.
Россию же воюешь, ну, воевал. А я не так стараюсь. Я украиноязычный. Мне тяжело говорить на, блядь,
Well, you misspelled loser. Also, I'm not American. The fuck are you on about?
вашем языке. Я еще должен это самое.
Иногда не слышу после этих бомбежек.
Бля, нахуя мы с тобой говорить? Ваня, ты хотел, блядь, независимость от Татарстана?
Независимость, это как будет независимость?
Так и будет, блядь. По-украински будет незалежность.
Независимость. Это пытались сделать.
The countries they managed to shit on? Which countries America shit on? And be very careful with your replies, because I'm going to fact check it, and if you're fucking wrong, you're gonna get permaban for being a fucking moron. It's a bannable offense over here.
Что-то не пошло. А ты...
Condor operation. Let's fucking fact check it. Let's go. Okay. Operation Condor refers to a campaign of political repression and state terror that was orchestrated by right-wing dictatorships in South America from the mid-1970s to the early 1980s. Six countries, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia, and Brazil were the main participants, with Ecuador and Peru joining later in more peripheral roles. So, CIA backed? I see. Of course. Goodbye. Back to the video.
С семьей говоришь на татарском, да? На татарском.
Да, с семьей, да, на татарском море.
А зачем ты вот за Россию пошел воевать? Вот мне просто, чем ты руководствовал целым?
Я хотел, как по контракту.
А истории про нацистов рассказывали?
This is a brain dead take. Here's why. This is the same take as CIA backed the Ukrainian revolution. There's a country, okay, and that country says we want to get rid of fucking communism. Maybe we want to get rid of what's the word? Of corruption. We want to get rid of negative influence of neighboring countries, whatever it might be, right? And they're like, okay, we want to use different platforms and we want to have different allies. For example, if you want to promote democracy in your country, you can absolutely contact America and say, hey guys, I want to promote democracy in my country. Can I get some funding from you guys? They're like, okay, we'll look at your campaign. We did some research, whatever. You can have some money to run to be an official or whatever. It can be a paramilitary group saying that, hey, our country is fucking fucked. There's constantly wars. There are constantly fucking people going around killing each other. We want to bring order, and especially if it's like getting rid of communism or whatever, especially in the 70s, I wouldn't say it's very hard to imagine to get support from Western countries, not only America. And you get support. It doesn't mean that the CIA was the mastermind to pit 6 different countries at each other to fucking kill each other. And they're like, we're white people sitting in fucking costumes, smoking cigars and looking at these poor people killing themselves. That's not how it works, okay? Just because one country supplies weapons to another country doesn't mean that it orchestrated everything. Look at the current situation in Ukraine. We get the weapons from America and from other European countries. Does that mean that America started this war? It's brain that fucking takes.
Не так уж, как вот здесь я повидал, вот за несколько дней.
Проверено, что на здесь тут есть
Нет, такого не хотел я, на самом деле.
Но вы же воевали за Гитлера.
It's not only about the things that happened, it's about the causation, it's about the goals, it's about like methods, it's about all of those things in combination. You can't just like pick out one thing and then ignore everything else. That's not how any of that works. These are complicated issues. And when you're being a fucking moron, you're getting clapped. By CIA agent Thompson. Shit talk my coworkers, you get banned.
Нет, не знаю. Я не из деревни. Но у нас цивилизация.
Никак года приходят.
Никак года.
One thing can be true while the other isn't. But that's what I'm saying. Maybe you replied to somebody else, I don't know. One thing can be true while the other one isn't. Again, it doesn't... you cannot pick out specific things. You have to look at it holistically. Otherwise, it's pointless. Have you looked at the Iran Contras in USA weapon sales? Let's Google it. I have no idea what you're talking about. The Iran-Contra affair refers to a political scandal that occurred in the mid-1980s involving the United States government's covert actions related to arms sales to Iran and the illegal diversion of funds to support the Contras, a rebel group fighting the Sandinista government in Nicaragua. Here's a summary of the key events of the implications. Arms sales to Iran in the 1980s. Iran was engaged in a brutal war with Iraq. And the Reagan administration sought to establish a channel of communication with Iran to secure the release of American hostages held by Iranian-backed groups in Lebanon. To achieve this, the United States facilitated secret arms sales to Iran despite an existing arms embargo. Well, but, you know, the goal is noble, maybe. Diversion of funds. The proceeds from the arms sales to Iran were secretly funneled to support the Contras, a group of anti-Sandinista rebels in Nicaragua. This was done despite a congressional ban on the U.S. government assistance to the Contras due to the concern over human rights abuses. That doesn't look good. Public revelation: in November 1986, an aircraft carrying weapons for the Contras was shut down in Nicaragua, exposing the U.S. government's covert activities. As the details emerged, it was revealed that high-ranking officials, including National Security Council, were involved in the operation. Congressional hearings, the revelation led to a series of congressional hearings were key to figure out, such as Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North testified. The hearings shed light on the Okay, so what? Basically, one branch of the government fucked another branch of the government because they were doing some fucking shit? Legal and political fallout. Several individuals involved in the Iran contract affair face legal consequences. Oliver North and National Security Advisor John Poindexter were convicted on charges related to the affair, but their convictions were later overturned. The affair tarnished the Reagan administration reputation and raised questions about its commitment to the rule of law and adherence to congressional oversight. Well, what is the problem here? People did some shit, they fucked up. Their own government fucked them. No, they're trying to say America bad. I don't know. It's what a pointless discussion. Every country bad.
А вы приехали, вот куда приехали в Украину в первый город. Ну, оккупированную Украину. Вы же в оккупированной Украине были. На какой город приехали?
Я даже не знаю,
Нам не говорили об этом, то есть закрыто.
They having the country with the capability of having separate branches of the government that constantly fucks each other because it keeps itself in check is something that every country should have, and by far not every country has.
Где-то недалеко Красном Луще было, так я знаю. И вообще где были. Не говорили, в Луганске, Донецке, я вообще ничего не говорю.
А вот много с тюрьмы вас позабирали?
Да, мы такое.
У нас 36 человек.
Like, if we look like at the amount of bad stuff that America did compared to other countries, just purely on historical terms, America didn't exist for so long to do a lot of horrible shit. Okay.
Вы как бы считаете шторм Z, да? Вот это новое подразделение, типа, да?
Ну, типа, да.
Z.
Минобороны.
То, что шторм и штурм чуть-чуть там созвучны.
Yeah, do you think we're not doing anything illegal because we have to? Like, we as a government, as a country, right now, for example. Do you think it's all right? Or do you think it's like horrible, abhorrent shit?
Как бы сначала не придавал значения. Он просто как один подразделение, так назвали даже, и задал. Шторм тут сразу все понятно было, шторм проект другое название.
Еще вот вопрос. Вот вы приехали.
The same America opposed that and condemned it. Yeah. If we're talking about that arms deal, yeah. They investigated and...
Этот город, Красный Луч.
Но мы не сам город.
I honestly don't believe in that shit. Like, America is such a great superpower that it constantly overthrows fucking governments in different countries. Do you really think that's happening? Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that. I feel like it's the exact scenario that I described previously. There's some forces in the country that want to have democracy, and America is willing to fund that. And I think it should. Is that overthrowing? I don't know, man.
Палатка. Ну, не палатки, а там типа сарайчик построили даемки. Такие небольшие.
А сколько вы там были?
21 апреля.
Yeah, I mean, listen, every like countries that have geopolitical influence are going to exert the geopolitical influence. What are you proposing? America just shouldn't do anything? God forbid fucking having communism all around the world. Fuck that shit. It's a fucking shithole.
8 мая.
А была у вас для этого подготовка?
Ну, вот в это время была подготовка. В поле.
И что, хорошо стало туда?
Нет.
Странно. И потом вы поехали сразу же.
Ездили. Ну, должны были ехать в штаб, но и 2 недели должно быть еще продолжаться обучение. Сложно, то, что должны были быть документы, какие-то карточки зарплатные. Как бы, чтобы купить себе амуницию какую-то по размеру.
Так что там все еще администры должны были покупать.
Ну, ботинки мне не выдали, вот эти кроссовки.
Это же выдали, да? Тебе выдали?
Да, вставил.
Но моего размера нет.
Burning American flag is illegal in America, is it not?
Штаны мне короткие, вот они по-прежнему. То есть какую-то одежду вот сейчас.
Or like disrespect the flag or some shit?
Отдельно белье мне по размеру было, штаны как вот, более-менее тоже ходить, ну, и куртка длинная, все. Вся одежда маленькая останется.
No, it isn't. Okay, listen, if it's true, if I'm correct, I'm not gonna ban you, because I'm kind of talking out of my ass as well, but is burning or disrespecting American flag, ban that moron, is illegal in America? Oh, you're right. My bad. First Amendment. You're right. You're right. It's not illegal. Protected by First Amendment. Obviously, some cases could be like burning a flag in a way that endangers public safety, blah, blah, blah. Disturbance could be potentially subject to regulation, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Fair enough.
Вами командовал кто?
No. Apparently, as a demonstration, it's not illegal either. First Amendment.
Ну, у нас командир роты был тоже человек, который в Афганистане.
А комбат?
Комбат не знаю, и другого руководства никого я не видел в глаза вообще. Как по приезду сюда нас должны были встретить. Нас никто не встретил, ничего не сказал.
No, apparently it's protected by the first speech. First Amendment, free speech. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm fucking.
Вы приехали, вас привезли на чем?
На БТР, что ли, ПМП какая-то. Называется эти машины, я правильно не знаю. Не разбираюсь особо с ним. Нас привезли просто по минометный обстрел.
You can't burn someone else's flag. Really? I would imagine it would be the same thing, First Amendment. Can you burn other flags in America? The individuals have the right to engage in symbolic speech, which includes burning flags, including flags of other nations. The Supreme Court has held that burning flags as a form of political protest is protected under the First Amendment, which guarantees freedom of speech. Same shit. I can't imagine First Amendment applying to United States flag, but not other flags.
Выкинули. Сказали, спрячься.
You can't burn other people's property? Yeah. But we're talking about just like the fact of burning a flag. No, you own a flag, you burn it. That's what we're talking about. What are you talking about? Obviously, you can burn other people's shit. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be a fucking piece of paper that I own. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Шел какой-то солдат, потом выяснилось, что не от него, он показал, куда бежать, просто мы перебежали, нашли какое-то укрытие. Блиндажи какие-то, вот не жили. Потом нам сказали, в соседней посадке какие ямы копали. Копали яму, потом сказали идти на позицию.
The way you said it made it seem like it belonged to another person? What? We didn't talk about any other person. You posted some shit, I didn't even fucking click on it. And then we had the discussion of burning a flag. Just the fact of you burning a flag is not illegal. In some countries it is, but not in America. If you burn some other's property, it's a different thing. It has nothing to do with the flag. It's not the fact that you're burning a flag. It's the fact that you're burning somebody else's property.
Пришли даже
Уже что?
в плен.
Ну, нормально, скорость у вас. А было, какое у вас ощущение было, когда вы на позицию выходили? Была какая-то безысходность? Было такое тревога, печаль?
Ну, были непонятки, то есть ни документов, ничего, как вообще нас сюда привезли, что мы тут делаем, никто ничего не говорит, никакой ясности вообще не вносит.
Somebody burned a flag in America, or what were you talking about? Somebody posted a link of something like that. What was the thing?
Просто сказали, назад побежим, там свои застряли, вперед застряли.
А, есть загранотряды, да? Загранотряды были.
Ну, типа этим ЧВКшникам занимаются.
Ну, понятно. На фронт не можешь же стрелять в людей. Правильно?
Они курсируют и там, ну, охраняют, чтобы не бежали. Свои.
И что, вы думаете, какой будет исход войны?
Yeah, I know, same. But they don't have really a threat. They just kind of ask them what's going on.
Вообще ничего не интересовались, типа про войну ничего не знали, просто, ну, подписали контракт и все. Не контракт,
да, по новостям там все равно я особо не верю, потому что показывают одно, по факту писали, другое происходит.
Well, I wouldn't say that Russians. You don't mean Russians. You mean USSR. You wouldn't say that Nazis are just as bad as USSR. I wouldn't say so. Fuck, maybe actually when I start thinking about when I start thinking about it, maybe.
Проблем, то,
Yeah,
что
fucking Christ.
издеваются, еще что-то.
Yeah,
Такого нет.
I have a point there.
Попались, поверили вашим солдатам. Переговоры когда. Ну, не то, что переговоры, когда предложили, сказали, как будет там. Ну, поверили, вот вышли, так оно и есть, как обещали. Накормили, напоили, мыться дали, то есть сигареты тоже дали.
И что больше нравится в плену, чем в тюрьме?
Ну, здесь в плену получше даже.
Получше даже, ну, видишь. Вообще,
Stalin killed more. How do you measure that? How do you measure what's bad? I think what you do is I don't know if I think we can measure it differently and come to different conclusions. In Nazi Germany, they had an idea that there's the superior race and other races should get exterminated. So I think that's way worse than the idea in USSR. But USSR did a lot of horrible shit because of ruling class and corruption and crazy fucking Stalin. So I feel like you would, if somebody would say that Nazis were worse, I would probably agree because their like whole ideology was like, you know.
Роскошная жизнь русского человека и татарина. Но татарин я тебя вообще не понимаю. Зачем ты пошел на войну в России воевать? Вы пожелайте что-то, скажите, вот если сейчас русские какие-то смотрят.
Doesn't matter, it was the ideology they believe.
Не русские, россияне смотрят. У вас скажите им какие-то слова, напутствие. Вот может они хотят пойти на войну, воевать против Украины. Что их тут ждет? Что бы вы им посоветовали? Вот так просто по очереди.
Да я бы советовал оставаться дома. Не нужна эта война.
Russia's a red line. Yeah, they were exterminating a lot of different people too.
Ну, это у меня так сложилось, то, что я еще живой здесь разговариваю.
Убьют?
Ну, а можно, могут и убить, и даже тело там нет, нельзя останется.
Точно нет, да?
Но я не знаю, как это происходит. Может, как раз и обменивают сторону, я просто до этого не знаю. То, что убит.
Я даже скажу. Я скажу, чтобы они не пришли на эту войну. Ни зэки, ни там, которые свои люди. Потому что это не наша война. А кто делает нечего. Они не понимают, надо оттуда начинать с правительством внутри. Нам тут много гор золотых наобещали, попали вот, сами видите, где мы сейчас.
Is he upset that he went into a different country to kill people and didn't get a reward for it?
Без головы сюда, не знали на что, на куда.
It's not the best. It's not the best argument. One of the worst things, they promised us a lot of money and they didn't pay us. Yeah.
Что тут происходит, что в Украине делается, что все проигрывают.
Okay, fuck these morons. I'm fucking tired of this shit. Jesus Christ, what is fucking playing? Some fucking AIDS. Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, is there going to be any smart Russian that we're going to capture? I don't know. It's fucking. Oof. It's tough, man. Huh? All right. Anyway, it's gonna be it for today, boys. Okay. Tune in tomorrow. Stream every day. Politics, stuff like that. Make sure to follow. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to, support the stream and join Discord. I also post on Patreon. Join my Patreon, okay? It's just $5. Subscribe.